Just some questions for you. Have you ever approached a guy?
No.
Never?
No.
How many, just curious, how many boyfriends have you had?
I've had 2.
2 boyfriends? Only 2? Have you had shorter term relationships?
No.
No?
I've had a 7-year relationship and like a year when I was 18.
Okay. How did they meet you in person? Did they slide into your DMs? How did you meet them?
In person.
In person. So they approached you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you've never approached a guy?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been rejected by a guy?
Yes.
You have. So how were you in a position to be rejected?
At the end of my 7-year relationship, he
Oh,
said,
well, that's not what I'm talking about.
that is rejection for a woman. If a man doesn't want to have exclusivity with her or get married, have children,
Well, that's a breakup.
That's rejection.
When I'm thinking,
Do you mind, I'm sorry, I really don't mean to keep harping on this, but I'm on your Instagram right now and it literally says dating coach. Dating coaching.
Okay. So
dating
So
coaching.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, the highlight, yeah.
That you're not a dating coach?
I haven't had any experience. I would like to offer it. I'm giving free advice.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I've never said I was a dating coach. I like in the intro I was like, I'm studying to become a PT and I think I said I'm interested in
Has a guy ever slid into your DMs?
Yes.
Have you ever slid into a guy's DMs?
No.
No? Okay. Has a guy ever asked you out on a first date?
Yes.
Have you ever asked a guy out on a first date? No. Of all the times that you've kissed someone for the first time, did you go for the first kiss or did the guy go for the first kiss?
The guy.
Okay. Of the times, and you've never initiated the first kiss. Okay. Of all the times a guy has initiated the first kiss, have you ever turned the guy down?
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Of all the times that anything's been ended, whether short-term or long-term, it sounds like you haven't done really any short-term dating, even for 3 to 6 months. Is that correct? Nothing like that. So you've only been romantically involved with 2 men? That's it? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of all the times of your 2, so you've only had 1 breakup?
I've had 2 breakups.
Oh, 2 breakups. Okay. Who ended it, the guy or you?
The guy.
Okay. Have you ever made a guy wait for sex?
Yeah.
Has a guy ever made you wait for sex?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, going off your questions, it seems like dating sounds like a little harder for men.
Do you want to elaborate?
Okay. You've never been rejected. You've rejected men. You've never had to go in for the first kiss. You've always you've been very passive in your dating experiences.
That is what a woman does.
Right.
She's
but
passive.
so then we can assess, well, is it easier to be the one who has to be proactive or is it easier to just be passive? Because I can give my point of view on this as somebody who's been on both ends of this, because I'm out there in the content game. I've had girls DM me. It's way easier to just pick among the girls who like you and who are contacting you than you having to like put yourself out there. It's way fucking easier. And I've been on both sides of that, and I can tell you it's way better to be,
I'm not denying you're a man of like higher status probably than most of the guys who are.
Well, that's not even what
foreigners.
I'm arguing. I'm just saying
That's why it's easy for you.
I've had the experience of women approaching me. I've also been on the other side of that before I kind of came into I'm not saying I'm like crazy famous, but, and I don't even get, I get less the DMs than a 19-year-old college chick.
Okay.
Like
No,
an
that's
average
denying
college
that.
chick who's a nobody.
That wasn't
right?
on my list of things. Yes. Yeah.
But so, and my own experience from having dealt with like women coming to me versus me putting myself out there, it's a way stronger position. I shouldn't say strong. It's just a better position to be in, to have people coming to you than the reverse. And it's, I mean, it's easy. Oh, you like me? Cool. It's so easy.
That's an interesting point of view from you. Yeah, I think maybe some guys would enjoy
You think
I think-
hot women just throwing themselves
think-
at men, you think they're going to be like, no, I'd rather just chase women who are on the fence about me. I'd rather just chase
because
these
you have a
fence
bit more
sitters.
status. Like, I don't think if you were like, didn't have a podcast and you weren't known, you were just some dude off the street and you didn't have any money.
Oh,
and you
no
weren't
girls
funny,
would DM me.
No girl.
And
exactly.
yes, I remember those days.
Yes. So what's your point? It's easier now that you actually have some value.
Yeah, but I can say from being on both sides of it,
Yeah.
because you've never been on the side of,
Yes, I have. I've just told
You've
you.
never-
I've been broken up with.
no. You've never been on this, you've never experienced like having to be the one like pursuing. Women don't really pursue.
Women don't pursue. No.
Precisely. But I can speak as someone who's been pursued
Yeah.
and who's done the pursuing.
Okay.
It's way fucking better
Yeah.
to be pursued.
I'm sure it is, yeah. But I don't really think that's like the hardest thing in the world to pursue a woman. You get rejected.
Well, again, that's
If you
very
just get
convenient.
rejected-
But
It's
that's
so
because we're
convenient
not the
for
ones
you to
doing
say.
it.
Yes,
Like,
but
I mean,
it's not
I
our
can,
job to pursue. Our
Right.
job is to select.
but we can have empathy for men
I'm not saying,
who are
I
the
already
ones
said,
like
I already
it's
prefaced,
It's
I have
not that
empathy for
hard.
men. I already prefaced
It's
that.
not that hard
but
to
it's
just get brutally
harder
rejected
for men
time after time.
to get women than it is for a woman to get a man. That's
think-
just like the basis of it, which
Alright.
I think like if a woman does have some sort of interest in a man, like yeah, tell him, be like, I like whatever it is, but I agree it's not the woman's job to, initiate a date or seek after men. We as women want to be pursued, because I do agree. If you're starting the relationship in that way, then you're starting the relationship with the more masculine role, and then, not really allowing them to continue that. Does that make sense?
That's why it's easier for us, though.
Right.
Like what you're saying,
Right.
because we don't have
Because we
to
don't have to do
pursue.
all these things, so it is easier for us.
How about
I
this?
think it's hard to select from. If I had like heaps of dudes coming at me all the time, be like, oh, I'd have to be like, oh, which one is like
poor
worth
you.
the time?
Hot men just want to buy you drinks.
They don't want to
and
marry
buy you
me.
dinner
They don't want to
and
like.
want to have
they wanna
sex
just,
with you.
They just want to. I don't want to have
Poor
sex.
you.
I don't want to have
they're not all
sex.
hot.
Okay, but there's it's fine.
It's not the same. It's not the
Fine.
same goal.
They
that's
want to
not
wait 3
harder.
dates. Like
I have to select which guy is just trying to fuck me and which one wants to marry me. That's
Right,
hard.
you can have
and men are
discernment
very
and look
good
through
at,
it, but that's not necessarily harder than the men's job.
I think
in
it's hard to
past.
be rejected. I think that sucks, but I don't think it's the hardest thing in the world. I think
Well, there's more
I think
to
it
it
can
than
be
just
good.
being
Yeah.
rejection.
I think being rejected is a learning thing. Like, make it be like, oh, I wonder
You
why.
know what?
Think of-
I kind of agree with you insofar as I actually think one of the reasons why men strive and achieve is because of rejection. Women reject them. They're like, shit, let me hit the gym. Let me go build a business.
That's great.
Let me go
That's
achieve.
good.
Let me
That's
let
what
me
they
get
should do.
status.
Yes.
So
That's great.
and it's good in the sense of like being rejected can absolutely light a fire under your ass. So many men have made massive transformations. They hit the gym, they get ripped, they start a business because they got burned, because they got
Would
rejected.
they have that if they weren't rejected? If they would just got a girl and it's like, oh, hey, here
It doesn't-
I am.
it doesn't
would
diminish-
he ever have that fire?
It doesn't diminish the degree that it sucks to be rejected, and it's just
But if he
objectively
never
more
got
difficult to
rejected,
be the
he probably wouldn't have
pursuer.
achieved that happiness and level of success.
So what is this, like the silver lining? Like, yeah, you got like absolute brutally rejected by a bunch of women, but
Yes,
X.
I think if a man doesn't provide value, he shouldn't be selected. So then
Doesn't mean it's
that's
not.
what he's learnt. He's like, oh, I'm not doing anything that's valuable to the women because she's going saying no. I'm gonna go and work on myself.
It doesn't mean
That's what
that
he
it's
did.
not harder. It can still be harder, and there can also be benefits of
life
rejection.
Isn't meant to be easy, and life.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather pursue or select, though?
I would always prefer to be a woman, so I would prefer to
Why?
select.
Why would you rather select?
Because that's what I'm
pursue?
born to do.
But
Is this a Lady
suppose,
Gaga song here?
but
It's
suppose,
born
like,
this way.
Gotcha.
It's not
suppose
born
like
to
you
do.
weren't. Suppose you weren't deciding like between being a man or a woman, regardless. Like, just take that out of the equation. Like, would you rather pursue or select?
Select.
Because it's easier.
No, because I don't know. I can't really put myself in a man's mind. I don't really know what it's actually like to be a man. So I guess that does bias me a lot.
I'm just glad my husband got rejected so much because I found him. So
I mean, if I can just bring it to a bit of a niche scenario here too, I would actually argue women who have certain character flaws or...
Bender the Offender donated $100. So she is basically complaining about play the game of life on easy mode. Do you want to play on hard mode or something?
I don't want to be a man. I'm very happy that I'm a woman. I think it's very hard overall. I think overall it is harder to be a man than to be a woman.
Does that extend to dating? Or you mean overall? You mean in life too? I mean,
yes,
that's kind of based.
I think in life it is way harder to be a man than to be a woman.
Oh, okay. All right.